Ask Alec.
What's up, guys? It's Alex Torelli, and welcome back to an episode of Ask Alec from the Anantara Layan in Phuket, Thailand. If you guys have a chance and ever go to Asia, please come see this place. Epic. This question comes from my boy Adam, who went to not my alma mater because I didn't graduate college, but SMU. We went to the same school, and I'm answering this boy's question. So he has 10K saved up, but he needs it for stock trading, which is the main focus in his life. He allocated $1,000 to poker, but the smallest game he could play is 1-2 no limit at his local casino, and naturally you need a $200 buy-in to play this game. So he feels very short because of this $10,000 that he has, which is liquid, only $1,000 of it is allocated towards poker, and he feels pressure because he can't play his game. So his question is, should I continue to play tight with such a small bankroll, or what should he do to overcome this idea that's holding him back because he's on such a short roll? So first of all, Adam, I love that you've already segregated your finances and you have your poker bankroll segregated from your business roll or your life roll or whatever. If you guys haven't done that already, that is definitely step one. I recommend that to all my clients. I do that myself. That's huge. So now that you understand that stock trading is the biggest focus in your life because you've allocated 9 times the amount of finances towards that activity, you have the perspective of where poker fits into your life as well. So that alone should take off a little bit of the pressure because, let's be honest, you've allocated 9 times more money to stock trading than poker, so you could afford to be more aggressive with poker because this is only 10% of your allocation. Think about it like a portfolio. You're a stock trader. In any portfolio, you're going to have high-risk investments, like startups or international funds, whatever, and low-risk investments like bonds or treasury funds, whatever, and then you're going to have everything in between. So think about poker as your high-risk investing in startups type of endeavor. With that, you can afford to be more aggressive. In fact, you're supposed to be aggressive because it's only happening with a small amount of your overall money. So my first advice to you would be, you should definitely be playing your game, because if you're not playing your game, it means you're not winning. You mentioned that you're scared to bluff in big spots because it represents such a big part of your stack, you want to wait until you have a better hand. But the problem is, bluffing is an essential part of the game. In fact, bluffing is very profitable, and if other players at the table start to realize that you aren't bluffing or that you're scared money, now suddenly your edge goes down dramatically, and these players are going to crush you and punish you and 3-bet you and run over you, and you're going to go from being an otherwise profitable player to a losing player. So it's really important that whether you decide to buy in $200 or $100, it's not that big of a deal. What's the most important thing is that you play Adam-capable A-game SMU poker, man. That's super important. So the way to do that, I think, is not necessarily to get more money in your bankroll. That's not really a practical option for you right now, but you need to do that up here mentally. So you need to have a plan that's going to take some of the pressure off of your poker playing so you don't feel like this is your last money. And here's what I suggest you do. You're a badass stock trader. You got 9K in the market, whatever. You're going to be day trading. So I would recommend taking some of that money that you use day trading to replenish your poker bankroll. So let's say you run that 9K up to 20K. Maybe you take 20% of that, 10% of that, 30% of that, and you create a system to always be replenishing your poker bankroll so that your poker bankroll is growing in spite of you playing poker. So whether or not you play poker, whether or not you win at poker, you have this system that naturally appreciates your poker bankroll over time, and it also makes you realize that, hey, if I do take a shot with this 1,000 and I bust it and I lose the money, it's not the end of the world. I mean, how long is it going to take to get another $1,000 back if you're good at your craft at stock trading? It's not going to take that long. So having this in perspective and having this system automatically working for you in place is going to help you while you're at the table mentally, because you're going to be like, you know what? I only have 1,000 now, but this isn't the end of the line for me. It's not life or death. If I lose this 1,000, I'm not going back to the streets. I still have this other engine that's working for me, which is 9 times bigger, and it's going to allow me to replenish my poker bankroll soon. The last piece of advice I would say is to play practical poker. I have another video about that. Marco, it's going to link it right here below this description, and you can look at that video to get more information on that system. But basically what it is to do something that isn't necessarily chasing the highest amount of expectation, but to play a style or have a game plan that preserves the wealth or the capital that you have because you live in the practical world. So a good example is to implement a win cap, meaning if you achieve a certain profit during the session, you automatically quit because that money is so significant to your bankroll that you need to lock up the win. Another example is just in-game tactical strategy, right? Let's say you're facing a marginally profitable or marginally negative decision either way. Maybe it's even marginally profitable. Like you could 3-bet in position with a suited connector. It's not like extremely profitable in the given situation, but it's like marginally profitable. Maybe you could pass on a few of those situations as long as your opponents don't know you're doing it, obviously. But maybe you could pass on a few of those and opt for better spots because you're on such a limited bankroll that you do have to take some higher EV situations. The best way to do that is pre-flop, because by not playing these marginal hands pre-flop, you're not going to be in as many marginal hands post-flop. So play a much more conservative game pre-flop and then be a badass aggressive player after that so that you take less swings, but when you swing, you're swinging for the fences. That would be my mindset. That would be my strategy. And I think that's the best approach that's going to give you that balance between the aggression and the bluffs or whatever that you need, but at the same time preserving your money and being the most conservative possible to give yourself the best chance of winning. Lastly, I know you're going to run this up to $1 million, so I'm going to give you a quick piece of advice on bankroll management now. As your bankroll increases over time, whether it's in stock trading or poker or life or real estate or whatever it is, you want to be more conservative. So this $1,000, it's actually really good to be super aggressive because this is money that you can get back in the real world. I'm not going to pretend $1,000 isn't any amount of money, but let's be honest, $1,000 is money that in any job that you have, you can save that money in a reasonable amount of time and reallocate it towards poker. So it's totally fine to be aggressive because if you bust this $1,000, your life isn't over. It's not going to change your life. Whereas if you grow that $1,000 to $100,000, now you have an amount of money that's difficult to recover in the real world, and increasing that money beyond $100,000 doesn't have as big of a return as maintaining that money that you already have. So I'd like to see you be more conservative with this money and have a different game plan as your bankroll grows over time, both in your stock portfolio and your poker bankroll. So anyway, great job, Adam. I know you're going to crush it. You're a Mustang, so good luck to you. And if you guys have questions you'd like me to answer, please send them to me on my website, alectorelli.com. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, putting out more new content soon. And yeah, I'm starting a lifestyle YouTube channel where I'm going to be shooting a lot more awesome content about my life as a high-stakes poker player. Please go support that channel by subscribing. I'm going to link it in this description. And I will be putting out as much content on that channel as I see energy being fed back to me. So if I see you guys loving that and it gets shared a lot and people like it, I definitely will have a lot more incentive to grow that channel as well. So please help support me as I am new and starting this new endeavor in my life. And that would be awesome. You guys are fucking amazing. I love you all. I'll see you guys next time on Ask Alec. Peace.